Now, we all have dealt with the monotony and isolation of the lockdown, but imagine being stranded for months at sea with no social contact, no entertainment whatsoever. In our next report, we bring you stories of such sailors.
There's no way to Netflix and chill when you're stranded at sea. There's no lockdown cooking or fitness transformation when you're stranded at sea. There's no dalgona coffee or even banana bread. Their lockdown looks a lot different than ours. When Ritesh Mehra enlisted for a 4-month stint as captain on a liquid gas tanker, he didn't expect that he'll be stuck on board for months on end. The coronavirus pandemic changed his life for the better part of a year. He was stuck on board with his crew for 8 months. They liken their isolation to being in jail.
So the thought of not being able to go back home in time and the thought of being chained to this particular place and in a way you can also say jailed is getting onto crew now. They are thinking more about it than the actual job at hand.
Mehra has more than 20 years of experience at sea. He had to offer solace to his crew, which was battling fatigue and isolation, while struggling with the same himself.
My family don't trust me anymore. I have been giving them a date right from December. Okay, I'll be able to come back home in end December. We'll have Christmas and New Year in time. Then I told them January. I'll get down from Incheon on first week of January. That cancelled. I told them, okay, middle of January. I'll get down from Japan in middle of January. That went past.
Many other Merchant Navy members share Mehra's predicament. According to figures from the International Chamber of Shipping, an estimated 100,000 seafarers are stranded at sea since the pandemic began. Their situation has become more uncertain due to the complex logistics involved in getting them home. For instance, procuring transit visas, arranging flights back home from an international port, and then, of course, following quarantine and safety protocols in light of the pandemic.
Previously, whenever we go in port, we would have, the agent comes on board, comes and sees the captain, signs papers and all that. Sometimes the Seafarers Center, they come on board, like that, Now, because of this COVID, hardly anybody comes on board.
Hong Kong-based Reverend Stephen Miller delivers goods such as SIM cards and snacks to stranded sailors. He now fears that long periods of isolation will eventually impact the mental health of sailors.
Well, generally going on board was stopped last February. It was quite an interesting thing in that last February, when Hong Kong and China had a lot of COVID, the seafarers were frightened to come ashore because of the threat of COVID from here. Now it's the other way around. Now they're not allowed to come ashore because of the fear they've got COVID. It's a crazy upside down world.
Miller says the stranded seafarers cling on to everyday items on board. As symbols of hope, one of them is a calendar. They keep ticking off days as they go by, waiting for that one day when they will be reunited with their loved ones. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.